The latest information coming out of the Mccain campaign, the latest smear, it's not really information, has to do with the alleged relationship between Barack Obama and a professor slash journalist named Rashid Khalidi, who apparently is of Palestinian origins and does some research and things like that, and has been an advocate for Palestinian interests in some fashion or the other. But anyways, he, I guess, apparently was at some dinner that Obama was at several years ago, and now that means that's another so-called terrorist, a so-called link that Obama has with this individual. I just hope that nobody believes this for a second. In fact, the truth has come out. You can look on the Crooks and Liars blog. The Crooks and Liars blog has information on this. I'll put a link maybe. That John McCain has actually given money to this individual through a foundation that he used to head in the 1990s called Republicans International. Paid for money for this guy to do studies on socio-economic dynamics in the Palestinian territories or whatever. Not that that's a big issue in and of itself. I'm not saying that John McCain is a terrorist, but it just shows the depth or lack of depth of their arguments. Now, this is becoming a theme to try to drive a wedge between traditional Democratic Jewish voters and Barack Obama, and I just hope that nobody buys into it. I just hope that people understand that Democrats have been supporters of the Jewish interests and the state of Israel far longer and far more consistently than Republicans have. The Republican evangelicals who 40 years ago thought that Jews had horns and all were totally responsible for killing Christ, now, have all of a sudden decided that, well, they've got to convert every Jew to Christianity so that Jesus can come back. So that's why they all of a sudden want to save Israel. Well, I'm here to say that the Democrats have always purported rationally that there are valid secular reasons for supporting Israel, and we'll always do that. Now there are wingnuts on the left who question the legitimacy of Israel. Of course there is. Of course there's wingnuts on the right that do the same thing. And oh, by the way, who do you think Pat Buchanan is voting for this time? He's not voting for Barack Obama, and we all know his off-the-wall and absolutely disgusting anti-Semitic statements, pro-Hitler statements that he's made. That's just a question you have to ask yourself. If Barack Obama hates Jews so much, why are neo-Nazis trying to kill him? The answer is he doesn't. The answer is this is a myth. This is just another attempt to wedge people away, to prey on people's fears, to prey for the absolute worst in people, because that's all they have left. The Jewish culture is a great culture, and the reason why Jews have had the measure of success that they have in this world is because they have a culture that values knowledge and reason. And anybody who respects that culture will understand that there is no reason to vote for John McCain. The Republicans have shown the lack of wisdom in dealing with Israel that the Democrats have shown. It was not the Democrats who tried to force democracy way too soon on the Palestinian territories because they had all decided in their neocon fantasies that democracy was this magic elixir that would fix the Middle East. And because of Bush's desire to force elections in the Palestinian territories, which McCain supported, by the way, we now have Hamas running one half of the Palestinian territories. That wasn't a Democratic decision to get behind that. That was a Republican decision. So you have, on one side, you have a bunch of prudent people with a proven 50-year track record of supporting Israel versus a bunch of incoherent, illogical wingnuts who think that they need to help Israel to make Jesus come back. Both support Israel, but which one do you really want on your side? Which one do you want leading the most powerful military in the world? I think the answer is Barack Obama, because I think the answer is wisdom and prudence. And John McCain and George Bush and Sarah Palin have not shown that.